Om Ajnana-timirandasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami-niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Welcome to everybody on this weekend Sunday evening Gita Wisdom session, and I hope that you're becoming wiser and wiser with this Gita wisdom and you are implementing it in your life and you're seeing some changes in yourself, even if it is very small change. By regularly reading Bhagavad-gita, thinking about it, mananam, then trying to apply it in situations and circumstances that is thrown upon you anyway in this world, I am sure that your wisdom in life will increase a lot. And with that prayer to Krishna, I'd like to welcome all of you for this evening session. Today, we are continuing to explore the second chapter, and today we are exploring text 70 of chapter 2. It's a very interesting shloka. I am going to chant, and if you want, you can follow with me. And then I will read the purport and translation of Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada and try to give you a little insight into it from my own little realizations. Okay? Then I will try to give some time for question and answers, and we hope that we'll try to take that further in this way. Okay? Right. Text 70 from chapter 2. If you have your books in front of you, it'd be wonderful to open it and try to look into it. If you don't have, maybe you have an online link, please do that. It'll be very useful and beneficial to read from Prabhupada's purport. Text 70, chapter 2. Apuriyamanam achala pratishtham samudram apaha pravishanti yadvat tadvat kamaya prashanti sarve sashanti mapnoti na kamakami. If you want to repeat after me, 1, 2, 3. Apuriyamanam achala pratishtham samudram apaha pravishanti yadvat tadvat kamayam pravishanti sarve sashanti mapnoti na kamakami. Once more, along with me, look into the text. Apuriyamanam achala pratishtham samudram apaha pravishanti yadvat tadvat kamayam pravishanti sarve sashanti mapnoti na kamakami. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. Translation: a person who is not disturbed by the incessant flow of desires that enter like rivers into the ocean, which is ever being filled, but is always still, can alone achieve peace, and not the man who strives to satisfy such desires. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Purport: although the vast ocean is always filled with water, it is always, especially during the rainy season, being filled with much more water. But the ocean remains the same, steady. It is not agitated, nor does it cross beyond the limit of its brink. That is also true of a person fixed in Krishna consciousness. As long as one has a material body, the demands of the body for sense gratification will continue. The devotee, however, is not disturbed by such desires. Because of his fullness, a Krishna conscious man is not in need of anything, because the Lord fulfills all his material necessities. Therefore, he is like the ocean, always full in himself. Desires may come to him like the waters of the river that flow into the ocean, but he is steady in his activities. And he is not even slightly disturbed by desires for sense gratification. That is the proof of a Krishna conscious man. One who has lost all inclinations for material sense gratification, although the desires are present, because he remains satisfied in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. He can remain steady like the ocean and therefore enjoy full peace. Others, however, who want to fulfill desires even up to the limit of liberation, what to speak of material success, never attain peace. The fruitive workers, the salvationists, and also the yogis who are after mystic powers are all unhappy because of unfulfilled desires. But the person in Krishna consciousness is happy in the service of the Lord, and he has no desires to be fulfilled. In fact, he does not even desire liberation from the so-called material bondage. The devotees of Krishna have no material desires, and therefore they are in perfect peace. Om Tat Sat. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namani. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Wonderful to be here along with all of you together. And we are hoping that all of you will take home something interesting and important for today. Okay? Beautiful shloka this is. Apuryamanam achala pratishtam. That is achala pratishtam. Chala means moving. Achala means fixed, not moving. The analogy that Krishna is taking here and speaking to Arjuna is the ocean. The ocean always remains steady. Rivers flow in it from all directions, from all over the place, along its entire span, but it maintains a particular level. It is not agitated, rising up, going down, or anything. It remains in the same level. So the analogy is that a person who is Krishna conscious is like an ocean. Desires, because he's situated in the material world and in the material situation, you cannot not have desires, which is extremely unnatural. He will have desires, but he is not disturbed by them. It's a very important statement. The Bhagavad-gita, Krishna is not denying your material desires that come to you. It's so natural that you should have desire. The only difference is, while we are inside the material realm, in the material body with the material mind, we will have material contaminated desires. If we are not there, we were in our ideal situation in the spiritual realm, liberated from the material shackles, then you will still have desire. And those desires will be pure desires. They will be fully spiritual desires, Krishna conscious desires, which is your original format. Desire definitely has to be there if you're an individual spirit soul. Desire is a characteristic of personality. You cannot deny desire to the soul and expect him to be a person. You cannot, so you can't artificially quell desire, but you can purify the desire. So Prabhupada is brilliantly in the explanation saying that desires will arise. It's natural. But out of experience, a yogi, a bhakti yogi, he knows how to keep the desire in its place without allowing it to agitate him. How? Because he's experiencing already a higher taste. He's fulfilled by that, because that is his original taste. The association of the Supreme Absolute Truth, Krishna, his devotional service to him, hearing about his pastimes and glories, chanting his names, serving him, and the association of others, and being in a high consciousness soaked in Krishna. At that time, if these desires come here and there, they are like toothless serpents, it is mentioned. They're like serpents whose fangs have been taken out, the poisonous fangs, the teeth have been plucked out. What can a snake do to you if the fangs and the teeth are plucked out? It will just about show its mouth to you. You can put your finger inside. Nothing. You cannot get hurt. So the desires that come to you when you are especially Krishna conscious and you have understood these things and you're functioning, performing, they are like toothless serpents. They can't bite you. They can't poison you. So they can come and they can go. You don't pay attention, right? You don't get agitated by them. That is the nature of a self-realized bhakti yogi, because he's complete and fulfilled with association in Krishna consciousness. When you are happy and there is fulfillment, then these things don't disturb you, don't taunt you, don't kindle you, don't provoke you. They don't have the capacity to do it, because you're swimming in a very wonderful consciousness of love of Godhead. That's the point that is being mentioned here. So number one, we don't deny desire. It's foolish to deny. Sometimes some spiritualists are trying to null their desire. It's extremely artificial. It's very artificial. That's why people don't be successful in such type of spiritual endeavors, especially when you're artificially trying to quell desire, kill desire, means you kill your personality. You can't be whom you are anymore. So you will see in Krishna consciousness, we never tell people, don't do this. We rather give them a better alternative, a higher taste. And then naturally they'll stick to that higher taste and the lower taste will drop off. Vishaya vinivartante niraha rasyate hinaha raso varjam raso piyasya param drishtva nivartate. Param drishtva, a higher taste, rasa, raso varjam raso piyasya. The taste for something higher, when it comes, the lower one automatically is gone. Can't attend to it anymore. It may be coming up and down here and there. It's no time, because I'm so absorbed. I'm so happy. Praharsha yishyami sanata jivitam. I am praharsha yishyami means filled with pleasure in association with the Lord, in Krishna consciousness, in serving, in hearing. So where do these things figure somewhere? They're very cheap, low class gratification that I can keep it aside. So desires are changed. Focus of the desire is changed. Just like a child, sometimes the mother is busy working in the kitchen and there's only one child and the maid has not yet come. Husband has gone to the work just now. Kids have left and there's a young kid with you, small kid, and you're telling us, sit down here, play with these things, okay? Right, I'm coming here right now. I'm just cooking up something for you to feed you. And she goes and she keeps looking at him from here and there. He's tearing pieces of paper. He's tearing up the magazine. He's crawling here, there into the room. And all of a sudden, she sees that he's got hold of a knife. From where? How did it come there? Maybe the kids left it there. Maybe her husband left it there. So he rushes to the kid and says, give me that knife. And the kid will hold that knife more firmly. No, no, I don't want it. Because immediately the kid knows this is something important and I like to possess it. So what does the mom do? You can't wrench it out of the kid. It may harm, it may cut, something may happen, but she's extremely afraid. Please, please give me, please give me. No, no, I won't give you. I have seen this. She immediately takes out a chocolate bar, Cadbury's chocolate bar, and said, do you want this? And the eyes grow up like that. They've just bulged out. Yeah, I want it. Give me the knife. She drops the knife. She doesn't even give the knife and lunges forward and takes the Cadbury's. And then she starts eating it. She's forgotten the knife. Knife is not important anymore because she got chocolate. Similarly, if we get something that is so enamoring, so attractive, then who cares for the gratification like the knife that anyway cuts you? Krishna is saying, Yahi samparsaja boga dukkha yonaya evate adyantavantahi kaunteya nateshu ramate buddha. Yahi samparsha. Sparsha means coming in contact with, coming in touch with. Bhoga. Whenever you contact the objects of the senses, through the senses, for material enjoyment, for gratification, dukkha yone ovite, it always lands up in some type of misery. It always lands in some type of misery. Adi antavantahi kaunte. From beginning to end, this will happen. It just fools you into thinking it's good, but something happens all along. It's a package that comes with this small dukkha attached to it. It's teasing you. Nateshu ramate Buddha. So intelligent people who have done this again and again and carefully analyze it, they say, no, I know what this is about. So when I am filled with Krishna, Rasa Raj, the ocean, Akila Rasamrita Murti, the person, Krishna's beautiful form is described. It bewilders even Cupid. Kandarpa koti kamaniya vishesha sobham. You're not talking about an ordinary person. You're just talking about an ordinary God. You're talking about Bhagavan, who is Aishwaryasya, Viryasya, Yashasha, Sriya, Jnana, Vairagayos. All these opulences, beauty, knowledge, fame, renunciation, power, strength, everything in unlimited amount he has got. Extremely beautiful. If such a person you fall in love with, whom do you require? He'll completely absorb you. That's the meaning of Krishna consciousness. Enters your consciousness, fills your mind, fills your intelligence. And you're always in great happiness, in ecstasy, in bliss, not ordinary happiness. So it fills you. That's why it's meaning of word fulfillment, like an ocean. An ocean. What is the meaning of a small rivulet, a tributary, a little bit of a river coming inside and trying to measure up and span up to the whole expanse of the ocean? So the experience of Krishna Bhakti is like an ocean. Bhakti, Rasamrita, Sindhu. Sindhu means ocean. Rasa means taste. Amrita means nectar. An ocean of nectar, full of taste. Where is the question of a little, refuse or, effluent, dirty effluent of a material desire parking itself inside? It just gets swallowed. Apuryamanam achala pratishtam. That's a comparison given. So don't think this bhakti is something small. It can envelop you, completely absorb you, completely absorb you. So this famous Bilvamangal Thakur, today I want to just speak about that story. he was completely absorbed in this enjoyment of the body. Bilvamangal Thakur, very famous person, a businessman, every day he would visit this prostitute called Chintamani. He was waiting for the evening. He would buy some gifts, some flowers, some saris, some fruits, something to eat, and take it across. He would go all the way up to the edge of the river, take a boat, cross the river, again take a rickshaw and some other thing, and land up in her house, and he would be there every day. Spent a lot of money on that lady. But the lady was devotee. Amazingly, a prostitute who was a devotee. And she was always wondering, what a wonderful life this man has got. He has got money, he has got family, he has got wife, children, everything. And he comes and wastes his time every evening with me, just an ordinary prostitute. If only I had this money, if only I had this nice situation, will I not savor Krishna? Will I not serve the Lord? Will I not make my life so? She was always thinking inside, but she was not saying it to him because she's a woman, prostitute, and just a very despicable, low-level person. But at heart, she was a devotee. So one fine day, there was a big rain and storm, thunder showers. But Bilvamangal came back and said, I have to go. I can't sleep without going. So he was so much moved by attraction to her that in the rain, he walked all the way because there was no vehicle available. Then he did not know how to cross the river. It was in spate. It was flooding. He said, no way, I'm going. So he inverted that round pot, held on to it and swam across in the flood. Reached the other shore, a very dangerous journey. Somehow managed it, and it was still raining heavy, found his way to that lady's house. And she had already gone to sleep. It was dark. And he had to climb up a large wall. He was wondering how to do it. And he held on to some wine and climbed up. When he climbed up, he knew it is not wine, it is a snake. And he threw the snake. And he jumped into the house. Such a dangerous journey he took. He went and rattled the door. Open! And this lady thought, oh my gosh, he has come in the rain. She got up from her bed. She went and she opened the door and she looked at him for a moment. She couldn't stop from expressing herself. You have come to see me in this rain, in this thunder shower? I thought you'll spend time with your family. If only you had 1/100th of this attraction you have for me, for Krishna, what would have happened to you? She could not control herself from saying this. She said it. And something happened to him. What? What did he say? And she repeated to him, you know, Krishna, the Supreme Lord, he gave these wonderful instructions in the Gita. He's so kind, he's so wonderful. And he stood stunned. For the first time, he saw this prostitute speaking Bhakti, speaking the Gita. And it hit him so hard because she said, if only you had this attraction that you have for me, for Krishna, how wonderful a person you'll be. For that moment, something happened in him. A total change took over. And he looked very morose. And he looked at her and said, you're right. I came all the way. Just a pattern stuck in me. You have awakened me today. I thank you very much. He turned around and left. He left back a completely different person. He went all the way back, left his home, left his job, left his business, left his money, and left all the way to Vrindavan in search of Krishna. And he became the famous Bilvamangal Thakur. And there's a long story. There's a very long story. But the point is that this particular prostitute, he considered her to be his guru. And in his writings, the Krishna Karnamrita, in the first verse, he glorifies her and gives her a name for directing me to Krishna. For directing me to Krishna. So in his writings, there is one shloka which I actually wanted to talk to you about. He's saying, my Lord, excuse me from all my duties towards my family, my evening duties, the yajna I have to do, the other duties I have to do towards my forefathers, towards the rishis and sages, to the demigods, and to my dependents. Please excuse me. Oh, Sandhya Vandanam Bhadramastu, means Brahmins will do in the Sandhi time, in the evening time, they'll chant Gayatri, it's called Sandhya Vandanam. In the morning Sandhi and the evening Sandhi, in the middle also they do. So he said, Bhadramastu. To all these duties, Tata bye-bye. Because I don't need any of you now. Because wherever I sit down, I cannot but remember that great descendant of the Yadu dynasty, Krishna. And I am totally absorbed in love with him. And that is enough for me. That is enough for me. I don't mind being punished for not doing my duty. I don't mind being taken to hell. Because I'm so absorbed in Krishna, that's enough for me. This is a sign of an ocean who has tasted Krishna and is not worried about anything in this world. Nothing is dangerous in this world if you have got love of Krishna. Because Krishna protects you. Ma suchaha, he has told. Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja. Aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayisyami ma suchaha. If you have surrendered to me and you're completely dependent on me, it's my bounden duty to protect you and look after you and provide for you. Ma suchaha. Don't fear. Don't fear. You're lying in the lap of your Father, the most secure place. Don't worry. So this is the meaning of a Krishna consciously fulfilled, satisfied person. In the Bhagavatam, there is description of such persons. So many of them. Prahlad Maharaj was like that. Lord Narasimhadev, after he came, you know the famous story of Prahlad. The Lord appeared as Narasimhadev, half man, half lion form. Adbhutam, wonderful form. Adbhuta Shingam. Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanu Bringam. With his nails, he dissected Hiranyakashipu's stomach, took out his intestines and wore it on his, shoulders like a garland and knocked off the body of Hiranyakashipu. In no time, he killed him with his nails. Keshavadritta Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare. And Prahlad was standing in front and watching his father getting dissected, trisected, finished, vivisected, and finished. And then Lord Narasimhadev was roaring in anger against all the demons and asuras. Nobody was able to go near him. Even Lakshmi was afraid to go near him. Then Narada pushed Prahlad in the front and said, you go. He's happy with you. So the small Prahlad, 5-year-old Prahlad, after undergoing so much torture from his father, he went in front of the Lord and glorified him. He told him, my Lord, I'm not afraid of your long, ferocious tongue. I'm not afraid of your canines and teeth and your ears and your manes and your roar. I am not afraid because I know you are my protector. And in this way, he glorified Lord Narasimha. Very beautiful shlokas in the Bhagavatam. And then the Lord told him, put his hand on Prahlad's head, very pleased with him. And then told him, Prahlad, I am so pleased with you. Ask me of any boon you want. You know what immediately Prahlad said? Don't do business with me, my Lord. I am not a mercantile man. That I give my love to you, you give a love to me, and you can give me something material. that I will ask you anything material. I don't want anything from you. I don't want anything material from you. I just want to be blessed that I will always remain in Krishna consciousness, humbly situated in your service. Don't tempt me with all these desires. This small 5-year-old boy, he said, I am full. I am very happy. I don't need anything material from you. I just want your blessings to continue to serve you and maybe help these idiots. Maya sukhaya bharam udvato vimudhan. Vimudhan. Mudha means fool. Vimuda means super fool. Maya sukhaya bharam. These people who think that material sense enjoyment is the real goal of life, they're getting fooled like nothing by Maya, material nature. Maya sukhaya bharam. They're bearing that burden, thinking it's a great enjoyment. Udvahato vimudhan. I want to help them to get out of it and enjoy what I'm enjoying. If you so desire, I like to do that seva. I like to do that service to tell these fools, please stop it. Please chant the name of the Lord, become his devotee. There is so much pleasure like an ocean in it. Why are you missing it? I feel so sad for you, seeing you struggling like this. Maya sukhaya bharam. So the Lord himself tested Prahlad. Would you like to take some position? Would you like to become the emperor of the world? Would you like Indra's position? Would you like, Ramba, Kilotama, Menaka, Apsaras, anything? Would you want some palaces? What do you want? He said, don't tempt me with any of these things. They're all Puryamanam Achala Pratishtam. They're all rivers and rivulets and tributaries and polluted stuff coming inside. I don't want that. I am swimming in the ocean. So same way, Prahlad Maharaj also, he knew what he wanted. He was fulfilled. He said, just keep me secured in bhakti like this. I don't need to be tempted by anything more. This was the wonderful, beautiful reply given by the young 5-year-old Prahlad. What a mature devotee. What a mature devotee, you see. Vriddhatvam vayasa vina. Vayasa means age. Vriddhatva means becoming old and experienced and wisdom laden. Vayasa vina means without growing old, you can be full of wisdom. Krishna conscious wisdom, Gita wisdom doesn't depend on age. You don't have to wait for you to become 60 years old in order for you to become wise. No. Anytime Prahlad is becoming wise and is able to stand up to Narasimhadeva and tell, don't try to tempt me with material desires. I don't want it. I always want your shelter. I always want to be your servant, serving you in love. That's the greatest pleasure. So when a person is filled with Krishna consciousness, happy in Krishna consciousness, all these small times trouble that come here and there, this and that, really don't matter to him much. They don't disturb him. Even material desires, if they come in, they can be shooed, foo-fooed away. Foo, get away. Don't try to tempt me. That is the instruction Krishna is giving here. If we become fixed in association with Krishna, if we gradually perform our sadhana of at least reading the Bhagavad-gita every day, chanting Krishna's name every day, great future is there for us. And I mean future in terms of development of ourselves and wider, greater scope for enjoyment and bliss and happiness. Not the little thing that you're being doled out by material nature now and then. Right? This is the challenge given in Bhagavad-gita. Do you want this? You're getting exactly what you're looking for and more and troubled and million, trillion times greater. Do you want it? It's a gift given by the Lord, especially in Kali Yuga. If we chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare, and read Bhagavad-gita and think about these things and remain in the association of devotees and try as much as possible to follow a lifestyle bringing Krishna into our life. great benefit will be done for us. Tremendous benefit. It's actually a humongous offer. It's so huge that we're not able to see the benefit. Such a huge effort, it's titanic offer for us. So in this particular shloka, Krishna is telling, don't worry about sense gratification, Arjuna. You are already engaged in my service. It will not trouble you. And they are small things if you're engaged in the big job in life. You see, when you're engaged in the big things, the small things don't trouble you. If you're not engaged in the big things, the small things become the big things. Who is that? Franklin Roosevelt. He said that problems are those things that ugly rearing of their head when a man loses sight of the goal. When you lose sight of the goal, all these small things come up and become big. They become magnified because the big thing is not in focus. If the big thing is in focus, all these small things, they come and go, they come and go. Just like, sometimes when you grow old, you get all these floaters in your eyes. I have floaters when I move like this. When I focus on the floaters, it's wow. I'm wondering, I got to get to the dock. I got to tell him that this is floating here like this. And you become a little, worried and anxious. I went to the dock and said, whoa, that is there for everybody. I mean, if you focus on the floaters, they'll become big for you. But you go ahead and you see things and go ahead with your life. Then I found that's true. I don't worry about the floaters, and they're not there. But when I start thinking they're floaters, they come up in front of me. And I look at the floaters, my gosh, I got something wrong with my retina. I got something wrong. It's not there if you don't think about it. Right? In the same way, when we lose focus of the main goal of life, when we lose focus in spiritual life about bhakti, many things come in front of you. Even if you are a jnani, even if you are a karmi, even if you are a yogi, ashtanga yogi, bhukti mukti siddhi kami sakali ashanta, the materialistic fruitive worker, the ashtanga yogi, and the jnani who is in search of knowledge for liberation, all of them ashanta, they're not peaceful. Why? Krishna bhakta nishkama ataeva shanta. But the devotee of Krishna, he is peaceful. Why? Because he is only thinking of serving the Lord. None of the material desires are really taking shape and germinating and growing in him. They don't find any fixity. They don't find a place to grow their roots because this person is completely absorbed in Krishna. But the jnani, the yogi, as against the bhakta, they are all constantly in a flux. They are in trouble because many of them have got material desires. Subtle, very, very subtle and fine. But Krishna Bhakta Nishkama, the devotee of the Lord, is very special. Like Prahlad, he said, I don't need anything. I'm very happy the way I am. Just give me a blessing to retain the situation of serving you and being in the bliss of hearing your pastimes and being in your service, right? So Krishna consciousness, as mentioned in Bhagavad-gita, Bhakti Yoga, is the topmost occupation for the soul. And if somehow or the other we start a little bit of it, Swalpam apiyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. Swalpam, a little bit. This dharma, Sanatana dharma, Swalpam apiyasya dharmasya trayate, you'll be released from the greatest fear. Released from the greatest fear, right? So don't worry about desires. They will always come through. But gradually, as you increase your association in Krishna consciousness, those desires will lose their potency. They'll lose their importance. Focus will not be on them. The best way with desires is neglect. Just neglect them. It's the mind telling you many things by a pattern, a program that you've been through many, many lifetimes in this world. It's dutifully doing it. Don't attend to it. They are toothless serpents. Be fixed in trying to develop your consciousness of Krishna, you will see that they will disappear like floaters, right? Om Tat Sat, Hare Krishna. I hope you will take this wisdom home today and think about an ocean, rivulets and tributaries and rivers emptying into it, and the ocean remaining steady, massive, not disturbed by this temporary inflows at all, right? So you can become an ocean like that. It's an invitation given by Krishna. And if you fix your mind on Krishna, you become a powerful, strong personality from inside. And that's all matters. Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. I'll give you the next 5 to 10 minutes for if you have any questions that I may be able to help you with. Okay? Right. Here we go. If you have any question, you can raise your digital hand and I will try to respond to it. Or Ramanathan Purushothaman has raised his hand. Yes, Ramanathan ji.
Hare Krishna.
Yes.
Swamiji, namaskar.
Namaskaram, namaskaram.
Pranam, Swamiji.
Yes, how are you, Ramanathan ji?
I am very humble, Swamiji. I am very blessed for your lecture today. I have got a question, Swamiji.
Yes.
Which is in my mind for the past so many days.
Yes.
I could not hear you last week. I missed you, Swamiji. So,
oh, is it? Yeah.
Today, I am fortunate to have your presentation, Swamiji.
Yeah.
Bhakti Yoga, there are 9 ways to Bhakti. As
Yes.
Swamiji rightly explained earlier,
Yes.
Navavida Bhakti.
Yeah.
But Lord Krishna tells in Bhagavad-gita that you surrender to me. Without any expectation, you surrender, complete surrender. So, Bhakti Yoga and surrender, are they complementary or contradictory?
You see, in order to surrender to Krishna, to come to the point of surrender, you're performing Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga principles that we are doing now, sadhana, chanting Krishna's name, hearing Bhagavad-gita, associating, eating prasadam, worshipping Krishna and all that, worshipping Tulasi at home, whatever. All these things are angas, limbs of Bhakti. And by doing all those things, you come to the point of surrender. So this Navaveda Bhakti processes is by, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Vandanam, Padasevanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanivedanam, like that. They are all going to help you to come to the point of complete surrender to Krishna. Any one of them also performed very nicely in a focused way may help you to fully surrender. So this is a process. And the end of the process is that we want to surrender to Krishna fully. So surrender is a gradual process. It doesn't happen overnight. Just doesn't happen just by saying, I am surrendered. Not by the lips alone. So surrender has got some characteristics. There are 6 characteristics mentioned about a person who is surrendered, like Prahlad in this famous story that I cited today.
Yeah.
He was fully surrendered. His father threw him from a top of a cliff to make him die. He just accepted it. When he was thrown from the cliff, Krishna came and saved him and brought him back. He was thrown into the ocean, in the middle of the ocean. Krishna saved him. He came back. He was thrown in a lion's den with so many ferocious lions. They all became his friends. He came back. His father threw him into the feet of elephants to be trampled. The elephants did not do anything to him. He came back. Then father got so frustrated. He tried so many things. He said, personally, I want to kill you. and he gave him a cup of poison, said, drink it in front of me right now. So he just prayed to Krishna and he drank. He drank the poison because he said, Krishna, you can do. If you want me to give up my life, I give up my life. If you want me to retain my life, I retain my life. It's up to you. And he drank the poison. And the poison he just digested fully. His father was shocked. His father was shocked. Who is that power behind you? And Prahlad said, the same person who's giving you power is the person giving me also, my Lord, my Father. He is everywhere. He is the Supreme Lord, Vishnu. And his father got angry. Right? This is surrender. Come hell or high water, anything happens, I will not give up my shelter of Krishna. I will not stop believing in Krishna. Even if the sky falls on my head and even if I die, I will always depend on the Lord. This is surrender. So to come to that point of surrender, like Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, 70 years old, 2 heart attacks in the ship. He landed in America and he started his movement. In first year, at the end of the first year, he got another stroke. His left side got paralyzed. He kept preaching, traveling, establishing the movement. If Krishna so wills, I am only his instrument. He never had his plans on his own. And then through him, the Lord preached all over the Western world, published Bhagavad-gita in 87 languages, the Bhagavatam. So many things happened. He said, I am just your instrument. This is surrender. So surrender gradually happens over a period of time. And these Navavida Bhakti, all these different processes, a choice. Some people like to chant all the time and do kirtan. Some people like to read Bhagavad and Bhagavad-gita. Some people like to do kirtanam, preach about it to others. Some people like to worship the deity of the Lord, do murti seva, archana, dressing, naivedyam, cooking, all these things. And they're very much, each person has got his own inclination. Accordingly, they can adopt that bhakti process and come to the point of surrender. Okay? I hope that, yes. Okay, Ji. Okay, Ji. Thank you.
Thank
Sunil
you.
Giridhar. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Sunil Giridhar Ji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Maharaj ji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam.
Maharaj ji, my question is how Devaki was so fortunate enough she gave birth to Krishna. What were good karmas of Devaki, Mataji?
Because of karma, you will not get a spiritual benefit or a spiritual opportunity or spiritual life. Okay. Karma will only give you material good. If you do good karma, piety, you'll get good result materially. If you do bad karma, you'll get bad result materially. But devotional service to the Lord, all that is nothing to do with karma. It is akarma. It is beyond karma. It is transcendental. If you have done some devotional service to the Lord, then you will get devotional opportunity and devotional consciousness, and the result will be like that in devotional life. So Devaki has done tons of devotional service and pleased the Lord for many, many lifetimes. And she desired that I would like to have that Vatsalya Bhakti. Vatsalya Prema means have the Lord as my son and feel motherly love for him. She wanted that. So the Lord satisfied her and appeared as her son. So she performed different types of devotional austerities and went through many, many things. And the Lord satisfied her. In 3 lifetimes, he came to her as son. As Kashyapa and Aditi, he came as Vamana. Sutapa and Prishni, he came as Prishni Garbha. And then as Krishna, he came when they were Devaki and Vasudev. Okay?
Thank you. Thank you, Maharaj.
Right.
Thank you.
Right, Giridharji. So I see no more hands up.
There's a question on the chat.
Oh, there's a question on chat. Okay, let me see that. On chat. Okay, here we go. Maharaj, bear with me. If my question is silly, no question is silly. My surrendering to the Lord and practicing Bhakti Yoga can be see Krishna. I have a very strong desire to see him. or since we are all spirit souls, we see the Lord in everyone. No, no, no. Yes, you can see Krishna. Prabhupada mentions in the Bhagavatam, if our devotion is pure, Krishna himself will reveal himself to us. It is not that we can see Krishna, never. With our eyes, we can never see Krishna, right? And Krishna is not somebody who only can be seen alone. Krishna can be experienced. He is a conscious experience, a spiritual level of experience, a very high level of experience. So one of them is seeing. Seeing is not really very important. If God sees you, that becomes important. So Prabhupada told us, don't try to see God, but serve God in such a way that he sees you. Then you will get his darshan. I was in Vrindavan once, and I was doing the parikrama, beautiful, all these places where the Lord, took the garments of the gopis and sat in the tree, and then the place where he killed Kaliya, like that, all these places come in the Vrindavan parikrama. I was wearing the spectacles, and many of the young boys and all of the local boys were, hey, chashma nikal, take away the spectacles, the monkeys will take it. So I said, yeah, I will guard it. But nobody was wearing spectacles. I was the only one because I felt that I want to see Vrindavan and experience Vrindavan. I want to see. And then lo and behold, one monkey jumped and took away my spectacles. I was half blind. I thought, oh my gosh. And the monkey sat up on top of the building and started chewing my spectacles. I said, stop chewing. Then those local people said, we told you take away the spectacles. Now what do you okay, buy this biscuits and give me some 5-10 rupees those days. I bought a bag of biscuits and he started throwing the biscuits, hoping that the specs will be thrown. He had a way of doing it. And finally, that thing never gave up the spectacles. Then I had to go to the Swamiji there in the mutt there and tell him, this has happened to me, can you help me? And the Swamiji said, Chashma se Bhagwan nahi dikhta hai. Chashma se dham nahi dikhta hai. He told me, I had a lesson. He told me, with these eyes and the spectacles, you cannot see God. You can see him only through bhakti. These are all useless things. Why did you not listen? He gave me an amazing instruction. So I just want to impart that to you. Krishna is an experience. It's not that just like we see many things with our eyes, we want to see. If Prabhupada told us that, yes, you can see Krishna, definitely. He will give you the eyes to see him. And for doing that, he said, you behave yourself, devote yourself, serve the Lord, achieve pure devotion, and Krishna himself will see you and he will come. So he said, don't try to see God, but behave in such a way that God sees you. Then you will get to actually experience God. So it's a fact that it's not silly. In fact, all of us are doing devotional service, Krishna consciousness, that we will have that experience. It's possible. Many great personalities like Dhruva Maharaj, he did penances and he followed what Narada said and finally he got to see the Lord. Right? So it's possible, and that's the goal of our Krishna consciousness. Okay. Do the pictures of Krishna that we see in a day-to-day life, do they aptly represent the beauty of Krishna, or is he even more beautiful than the pictures? Oh, interesting question. This is from Sunil Sharma. Yeah. These pictures are as per descriptions given in the Vedic literature. So all sorts of funny pictures are drawn. I'm not talking about those things. Those pictures that are bona fide and drawn as per descriptions given in the Vedas, in the scriptures and everything about how Krishna looks. Prabhupada directed many of his artists in his publication division, the Bhaktivedanta Book Trust, in how to paint and how Krishna looks and what. And many times he would say, yeah, this is pretty close. And this is, in this way deficient, in this way, like that. He would give, mostly he would give a very good idea to them. 2D pictures of Krishna that we draw and we paint, fine. We live in a 3D life. our experience is limited to our 3D. But actually, Krishna is multi-dimensional. He is not limited to 3D. What to speak of 2D pictures that we do. But enough for us in our condition to actually remember the Lord and worship Him. In our experience, in our capacity, yes, that's how Krishna looks. But actually, when our spiritual life increases and our consciousness is more and more purified, we actually learn to appreciate the depth of Krishna's form, his beauty, and the entire range of the experience, which is far, 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 far greater than just a 2D picture experience that we have with our material eyes and our brain and our mind. Okay? Yes, that's the nearest representation to our present conditioning that we can get. Yes, he's very much like that. The color and his description given, his color is like a fresh rain-bearing cloud, blackish blue. And it's not ordinary flat blackish blue. It's very rich complexion. It's mentioned that his shark-shaped earrings are reflected on his cheeks. Although it is blackish blue, it's reflected on his cheeks. You can see the texture of his complexion. And the locks of hair that fall down and, come down his face. And then he's got like a bimba fruit, reddish lips. When he opens his mouth, each of his teeth is mentioned is like pomegranate seeds, especially when he's in Dwaraka and he's taking betel nut and pan. His teeth are like pomegranate seeds. His eyes are like blooming lotus petal. It goes from one end to the ears almost. So like that, there's a description given about his beauty. You can't capture this in 2D, in flat 2D. But these descriptions are given. And when we read those descriptions, we get a deeper understanding. I hope that helps you. Okay? Yes, true. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Since there are no more questions, I wish you all a wonderful Sunday evening and night. Have sweet dreams of Krishna. Om Tat Sat.
Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna. Hare
Thank
Krishna, Swamiji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.